I think you can see where we are going with this, because earlier I've explained you how to perform equality on strings, and really we should never use double equals, and instead we should use, so in here, let me just duplicate this in here. So we should use dot and then equals. Now in here, let's just use dot equals. And what I want you to do is pause for a second and try and figure out what's going to be the result for this. So maybe go inside of the cat class and check whether we have the equals, and basically try and figure out what's going to be the result for this output in here. Cool. So hopefully you've paused the video and you've attempted and you try to think what would be the outcome. But basically, if I run this, hoi, we have false. Hold on. So I said that we should never use this, right? So double equals. And I said we should use equals, but still both rows 1 and rows 2, they're not the same. But we think that they're the same right here because, you know, they've got the same name, they've got the same age, they've got the same color. And maybe if you were to attach, for example, an ID, right? So let's say that a cat has an identifier. And if both the identifiers were 1 on both of them, right, they would still be false. So let's try to understand what is happening. So if I basically go back to this class called cat, and let's figure out whether we have an equals method in here. So we have toString, but we don't have equals. But if I go back in here, I'm able to say dot and then equals. Now remember, I said that, so if I open up structure, and if I basically open up cat, have a look. So here, show inherited, basically everything is an object. And by default, have a look, we have get class, hash code, but look carefully, we have equals in here. So basically we didn't override equals, but we still have available to us because the cat class is an object. Now, if I open up the equals within the object class, let's have a look what it does. And if I collapse this, have a look. Public boolean equals takes an object in here, and then what it does, it says this, which is the current object, equals to the object which is being passed. So have a look. Double equals. What did I say about double equals? Double equals compares the reference. Hence, the result for this dot equals at the moment is the exact same thing as the above equals. So they both are comparing the reference. But what I want to do really is to compare the actual values. So name, age, and color for both these cats. And if they're the same, then we want to return true. So try to guess what we need to do. Do we need to override maybe the equals inside of the cat class? Absolutely. So here, let's just say, basically, let me just go back to object class. This, I'm going to take this, go back to cat, paste that in. Have a look. We have the symbol in here, letting us know that basically we are overriding equals from the parent class. And here, let me just say at override. And basically this is just for readability and documentation. But now I can basically change this behavior. I can say true right here. So before we had false, but now if I run this, check this out. Now it's giving me true. But this is basically wrong, right? Because I've just said true in here, so basically just returning the value that I'm giving it, basically, right? But basically now we want to have a bit of logic in here that allows us to compare all the properties, for both cats, and if they're the same, then we want to return true. Now obviously we could go and basically have some logic in here, so return and then name equals to and then the object name and whatnot. But basically, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to show you that we can actually let IntelliJ generate some code for us, which will be really useful. Let me go ahead and teach you that next.